Have you heard that Ibeju-Lekki is going to be the third largest commercial hub in Africa? Well, if you're yet to hear it, you are hearing it already today. And then the question is that actually true? Well, whether you and I like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a statement. It is a fact. And the evidence are right here in our faces, staring at us and then showing us that this had come to stay. I mean, the third largest commercial hub in Africa is here to stay. The question I have for you is, what are you doing about this information that you have at your fingertips? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here in this video to tell you what you can do with this information you have already. So hey, watch the video to the very end so that you can take part of this money that will be flowing around in the third largest commercial hub in what? In Africa! Hello. So yay, it's either good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are watching me from. Yes, it's Goodness Usman, your fab lady router for Dangote 24/7, and of course, the queen of landlords makers. Now, speaking about the third largest commercial hub in Africa. Yes, like I said earlier, it is not a statement, it is a fact. Now, fact meaning that the evidence are already on ground. The Dangote Refinery, the Lekki Deep Sea Port, the Lekki Free Trade Zone, Dangote Fertilizer, the Kellogg's Nigeria, we have Indomie Power Oil, etc., etc. Even we have a lot of tank farms already in Ibeju-Lekki right here. And of course, the airport construction is going to start this year. We have the Fort Milan Bridge also on it, and many more that's going to be coming in this Ibeju-Lekki. So yes, this and more reasons is why it is no longer a statement, but a fact. I'll quickly tell you guys a short story just before we get back to this commercial hub. 30 years ago, some investor had the opportunity to own a plot of land in Apapa, Lagos, Nigeria at a very ridiculous amount of money for 20 million naira per plot. And then this investor felt, what's going to really happen here? By the way, where is Apapa in Lagos, Nigeria? What happens in Apapa in Lagos, Nigeria? Well, Apapa in Lagos, Nigeria is where we have the maritime industry is well based. I mean, everything brings shipped into this country comes into that Apapa port. That's the largest port we have right now. Now, based on that insight that place is going to be what it is today, this set of investors, put their money down, and today each of their property is worth over 350 million naira. Now, at that same time, they had a couple of people who had the opportunity to also invest, in fact, who had more money than they did, but that did not invest at all. Now, you're wondering, who is this investor that told me this story? I will tell you shortly in a bit. Now, this story I just told you was told to me by Mr. D. Yes, Mr. D happens to be one of my favorite clients. And when we started talking about what's happening in the parks, the new Lagos, then he started telling me these stories of how then he bought into Apapa and even more. Aside the fact that investing in Apapa and his friends didn't, at some point his friends had to beg him to sell some of those land at over 200 million naira. Even right now as we speak in 2023, Someone is on his neck to sell one of his plots in Apapa right now for over 350 million naira, and he's still trying to consider if it's a good deal or he should still further wait. Now, that's not even the only story he told me. He also had another friend, yes, Mr. D's friend, which is now one of my clients, told me about his experience when he was offered to buy a plot of land on Ajawo Road. Now, you know popular Ajawo Estate, right? That is the road. For those who are not so familiar with Lagos, let me tell you, Ajawo Estate, Ajawo Road is that road that leads to the airport. If you're going to the Muritala International Airport, and depending on where you're coming from, though, Bagada link into that road. All of those areas around the airport are really, really very expensive right now. Of course, the maritime guys are also around there, and so many oil and gas, aviation, and all of that. So many industries around the airport. This friend of Mr. D did, of course, bought a plot of land in Ajawo Estate. And it was even very funny because he said at that day he was almost not buying into the land. Why? Because when he got there, the place was waterlogged. He felt, really, it's going to stress him some feeling. He's looking so bushy, so horrible, it's not so fine. What can come out? The road is bad and all of that. Now, fast forward to today, 2023. Anytime he looks at his investment in Ajawo Estate, he can't even believe it. He cannot believe that this plot of land he bought then, over a decade and a half ago, at a very ridiculous amount. The one that excites him is the fact that that place that looks like one Sambisa forest is now a overly busy area in Lagos, one of the most expensive places to live in Lagos. The way the place is bubbling up, businesses, you have so many businesses, so many hotels, it's now so crowded. In fact, as in his own words, I can no longer live in Ajawo, except for the close proximity to the airport. Honestly, the businesses that I'm doing there is best for me. So he had to move to Ikeja because he later bought his own house in Ikeja, but he has his businesses in Ajawo, Apapa, and so and so. Now, all of these stories, I love it when people tell me these stories first-hand stories. These are stories that I heard from someone third party. This is a first-hand story. Now, what brought about this story? Let me tell you guys. Speaking about the new Lagos, like I said earlier, Ibeju-Lekki now is known to be the third largest commercial hub. I see my client, Mr. D, and his friends now see people who are saying, oh, this is not going to happen. Oh, that is not going to happen. No. That will take 20 years. That will take 30 years. All of this, he now say, no, these people are mistaken. You see, this is a pot of gold right here. This is a gold mine for people to earnest. Just like people who did not take the advantage back then with Mr. D, they are now regretting it a whole lot. Such a thing is going to repeat itself right here in Ibeju-Lekki. We're already seeing it happen. And I said, okay, today I'm going to take my time and share this story to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to break it further down, why I'm sharing this story with you? Because they say that experience is the best teacher. And do you know why they say experience is the best teacher? It's because you should learn from somebody else's experience and avoid mistakes. Avoid paying dearly by using your own experience. So hi, today, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to talk to you guys about Fairmount Green commercials. A lot of thought has been put into this, and this thought, this is the result of it. The question is, how can we have a property located in the heart of Ibeju-Lekki that is the third commercial hub in Africa, and we do not give investors the opportunity to actually own commercial plots? Yes, it's good to have residential, but it's way better to do what? To own commercial plots in a commercial hub. I really do not see the use of a commercial hub without a commercial plot, right? Now, all of the infrastructure I had mentioned earlier, the Dangote Refinery, the Lekki Airport, which, by the way, is going to be in front of this estate. There's going to be a massive, big road between the airport and here. So the main Ibeju-Lekki Airport Road is right here, ladies and gentlemen. So hi, how do you buy into a property or have a property with close proximity to the new airport and you don't have commercial plots, you don't have the opportunity to run commercial activities, you don't have the opportunity to run businesses, that's definitely wrong. Like we normally say in Lagos, oh wrong gone, you get as a proper Yoruba over, oh wrong gone. Now for us to correct that wrong, this is how we give you the opportunity to earn our copies of commercial plots right here in Fairmount Green and Smart Estate. Now, it doesn't also say that you can no longer buy into the residential plot. Of course, you can buy the residential plots that is still selling of 500 square meter for 21,250,000 naira, all inclusive. And of course, we have, ladies and gentlemen, 300 square meter still up for sale, and the flexible payment plan still remains the same, scrolling on your screen right now. However, speaking about this commercial plot, starting from 1,000 square meters, how do you feel if you cannot build a warehouse around the new airport? You cannot own shopping malls around the new airport. You cannot have a shopping plaza. I mean, you know what happens in shopping plazas now? You have a shopping plaza where you have a cinema, you have a mall, you have kids play area where they can do trampoline, you know, so many things. You need to have such places in a place close to the airport. You can have a car load, you can run a car rental services, you can run a spa, you can run different kind of businesses. In fact, you can buy this commercial plot and build block of flats, block of offices, office spaces for rent, and you just position yourself so right that you'll be earning rental income from this block of flat, block of offices, shopping malls, plazas that you have built for yourself. Now, all of this and many more options of what you can do with a commercial plot. Now, having this kind of high-end commercial within a residential estate is not okay as far as we know. In terms of security, it will not even be good for those who live within the estate. And all of this has been thought through, and that's why we have for you. Yes, this is for you to know that we're thinking about you. We're thinking about your future. We're thinking about you nursing the opportunity of owning a larger chunk of the third largest commercial hub in Africa. And that's why you have the opportunity of buying from 1,000 square meters, selling at 50,000 naira per square meter, meaning minimum of 1,000 square meter is just 50 million naira only. Now, let me break it down, because I've heard a lot of, questions. People are saying, oh, 50 million naira, are you serious? Well, 50 million naira for 1,000 square meter, it means that 500 square meter that you're used to in terms of plot size is just 25 million naira. So, hey, if you think it's high, think about it again, 25 million naira per plot. So yes, you have the opportunity right now to position yourself just like Mr. D and his friends did back then in Alaro Estate, in Apapa, and many more places. You do not want to pass on this particular opportunity, because they say there are some opportunities that do not come twice. Well, you might think, it's gonna come again. Come on, goodness, this will come again. Well, it will come again, but on a what? On a higher price. I keep saying it. Some of you are gonna buy these things from me and Mr. D and my Mr. All my clients here. So it's okay if you don't want to buy it now. But hey, come on, leave that. You need to come invest in Fairmont Green Commercial, Fairmont Green Residential. Now, where is going to be the commercial? That's the question I've gotten since the company had talked about it. Besides, we're yet to launch it officially, but we started selling it already. So you'll be among the very first batch of investors who will invest in this commercial plot. It's just right beside the estate itself, just the empty land beside the estate now, and they are clearing it. And of course, on the launching day, you will see every other work will be done way up to the level that we have this one right now. Initial deposit is just 5 billion naira, and you can spread your payment across 12 months with interest. Of course, 3 months is considered without interest. Now, for the residential plot, you can see for yourself the work is going on, moss and filling is being done, clearing is being done, the road network is being done, as you can see. So yes, you don't want to miss out the opportunity to live very close to the airport. The truth is, you don't want to live close to the airport. That's fine. But a lot of people would definitely live close to the airport. And will be what? You'll be one of those who will be earning money from those who wants to live close to the airport. Either you want to do land bank, it works as well, or you want to build your block of flat and put it on rent, or your duplexes and put it on rent. All of that is definitely going to give you high return on your investment. So hey, I'm here to help you. The initial deposit for residential plot is 1 million naira, and then you can spread your payment, unlike the commercial plot, up to 24 months. And now let me remind you, the price of the residential plot will be increased come 1st of March. So hey, take the window of this couple of weeks left or days and come and reserve your plot right here in Fairmount Green and Smart Estate. The title remains a CFO. And hey, you do not want to be part of the people who did not take the opportunity when our papa did present themselves. So you watching me, are you investing now in Fairmount Green commercial and residential, or you want to remain a doubting Thomas? So I say, oh, double.